Welcome to our show. Today is an interesting day because actually I was having some problems with my green background. As you can tell, it's still kind of fuzzy, which brings me to an interesting topic of stress. And I find that to be a teachable moment because we have a very special guest with us today. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Dada Nabanilananda. You can just call me Dada because most people have trouble with my long Sanskrit name. Dada just means brother. I'm a monk. I teach yoga and meditation for companies.
If you don't mind me asking, what does your name mean in Sanskrit so we can.
So Nabanilananda means one who derives bliss from the vastness
I
of the
see.
infinite blue sky.
Okay, well, I have a great background.
You got the right background. It's nice and blue. I like it better than green.
Yeah. And your last name?
So Nabanilananda.
Okay. So, well, tell us, well, I mean, my understanding of meditation is somewhat limited. So, but everyone feels they're expert, of course, in meditation. So actually want to ask you, what kind of meditation do you teach? What is your approach to meditation?
So I came to meditation for perhaps different reasons than most people would. Most people come to meditation because they want to manage stress or find some sort of peace in their, in the sort of busy world, or somehow escape. I started doing this when I was 19 years old. That's more than 40 years ago. And I was really looking at it as a spiritual practice. So I was looking for enlightenment or some sort of deeper spiritual experience or a deeper relationship with God. That was really my approach to it. Now, what I've experienced over the years is that there's no reason why you can't do both of these things. I mean, on the one hand, some people, I also meet people who approach it as part of their spiritual search, or they want it to, maybe they're coming from a religious background and they want to enhance that in some way, but that's not so common. More often people come and say, look, I got a problem. I get a little bit depressed, I'm anxious, I can't control my thinking. And I said, well, this can help you. And it works. And it's not just been tested for thousands of years by practitioners. Now there's a huge pile of evidence building, showing how meditation helps your brain. There's a lot of really great brain research related to meditation, and that's why it's becoming very popular now. It's kind of being proven.
And before I forget, as we go in the interview, if I wanted, for example, to receive training from you, what would be, what is the approach? Do I reach out to you on the website? Do we have a Skype? What do we do?
So now we're in the world is our oyster. So there's a number of options. If you live locally, where I'm in Northern California, so I run classes locally. I often teach at companies or universities in the San Francisco Bay Area. But for most people, the rest of the world, I have a lot of online training stuff on my YouTube channel. I do offer online coaching, though I prefer live coaching, but it's not always available. I have an online course that I'm about to relaunch. It's not actually the company that was hosting it went bankrupt, so I'm switching to another platform. It's not actually live at the moment.
Okay.
But the latest one is the thing that I'm working on. It won't be available till November. Is a meditation phone app.
Oh,
and
I
this
see.
is a really handy tool that will enable people to practice every day, and it's got little guided meditations. I've got special ones for children. There's music, and that's a little work in progress, but that's kind of the one I'm excited about at the moment because it can reach many people.
And
It's
what
free.
is, for example, I mean, I deal a lot with accountants and business people, but accountants especially, and they're all stressed out during the tax season. So, for example, what would be, if they wanted to meditate, what is the time requirement per day, or how many times per day? What would you recommend?
So my recommendation is to meditate twice a day. And you can start off doing a really short meditation, even if it's just 5 minutes, and then slowly build it up. And maybe the goal might be 20 minutes twice a day. If you do that, you'll find it has a really very noticeable effect. And most people also experience that it improves the quality of their sleep, and they need to sleep a little less. So you actually make up some of that time on sleep. So you're not actually, losing 40 minutes a day. It might be you gain another half hour, half of that back, or 30 minutes back, because you don't need as much sleep.
And during just question for you about your training, do you make any recommendation on food and things outside meditation? Any lifestyle changes? What is the?
Sure. Well, there are lots of recommendations, but it's very much up to you. I mean, I recommend a vegetarian diet, or at least to eat less meat and to eat more live food, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, all of that kind of thing. The basic healthy stuff. But vegetarianism is something we recommend, but not everybody who meditates is vegetarian. Also, again, we don't recommend, non-prescribed drugs or alcohol. At least those.
Yeah. I was gonna go.
I mean,
I was gonna ask you about coffee.
all these things. All of these things affect the mind, right?
Yeah.
Even food affects the mind. So, if you eat more healthy, lighter food, more alkaline food, I don't know if you know what that means. Generally, food that is more easily digested, which is usually food basically with a lot of water in it, like fresh fruits and vegetables they have an alkaline effect. But you can feel what food is hard to digest. That creates acidity in the body, and it's not good for your mind either.
I understand. I know you're traveling. I mean, I'm business,
Yeah,
so I see. So thank you. I do have a question about energy. Because everyone is exhausted. So, what effect, if any, meditation has on energy?
So personally, I find it gives me a lot of energy, especially of concentration takes energy. But meditation makes you, it's a concentration exercise in a way. So it makes you more kind of fit, mentally fit. So you don't become tired so easily when you have to focus on something because you're practicing it. So in that sense, it's kind of like mental push-ups, So when you're more fit, then you've got plenty of energy. And we teach yoga as well. So the yoga exercises also help to, tap into the body's energy, use it more efficiently. The practices go together.
So, you know what? I was thinking maybe in the future show, maybe we can have a short session where you can teach us meditation. I understand you can't teach us everything in a 10-minute session, but maybe give us just some ideas. When you're back from travels.
I can, sure. I can lead people through a little exercise that they can use at home, and it's something to start with. Definitely, we can do that in 10 minutes. I'd give them some music that they can download afterwards to practice at home. That's what I use a lot of the time. The music, using a mantra, which a Sanskrit mantra, it really helps to create the right emotional state. So then meditation becomes easier. A lot of people find meditation hard because they just try to jump straight into it in the same mood as they were when they were at work. But the music shifts your mood. Music shifts your mood, and then the meditation becomes much easier, and it makes a big difference.
So, I know you're busy, so we'll try to figure out schedule with you, and maybe in the next month or so, we'll have that short session where you can show something, we can all learn. Would that be all right with you?
This is what I want to do with my time. I feel everybody in the world should meditate. So I'm happy that you're helping me to do that. It's great.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dada.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us.